Hail the Blizzard!
I don't care how I feel. I ignore it. Ignore how you feel.
But what's a great metal band, but with a really horrible band name?
I love the band, but that has got to be one of the dumbest names I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, someone spilled water in my fat bag of weed.
Some bands that are canceled now and shit.
Fuck metal.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Blyzzrd weekly update. It's a working title. I have an intro video now. You guys just heard it in the beginning there. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Chevy. He's the singer and guitar player in the band Skulovich, allowing me to use the song By the Sax I Rule for the intros and outros for this channel. This is my first time really expanding it to making this a fully long form content sort of thing. So we're gonna see how it goes. Today. Yeah, also we have the cats too. They're just going to be kind of popping in and out too. They're actually fucking each other up right now. But it's okay. That's why you have me listening and you watching here on YouTube. So before we go into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well. Go ahead and click that like button down below. Share this with some of your friends if you guys are enjoying everything I'm doing here. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on to keep up with all my stuff that I'm doing, whether it be band interviews, reactions, album reviews, anything of that nature. Make sure you're following for everything. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram as well as TikTok and Blue Sky and Twitch at twitch.tv/theblyzzrd. Links to everything are always down below in the description of the video. Also, I have merch too, so if you guys are feeling a little bit more generous, you can definitely check out some of the merch items that I have at the link in my description as well. You can check that out there, order shirts, some stickers. I feel there are too many tours that be announced. Like literally today, we just got confirmed that there's going to be an obituary tour with Nails and Terror, with support also coming from Spirit World and Pest Control. Love it. They're playing Obituary celebrating 35 years of their sophomore album, Cause of Death. It's an absolute death metal staple, one of my favorite albums of all time. It's really cool for them to go be able to get a really cool headlining spot. It was their first headlining tour in a couple years here in the US. Really cool way to go and highlight this album and this monumental album for death metal by having also just really cool hardcore bands and death metal bands in there too, like Terror and Nails. It's just going to be a heavy hitting tour and absolutely brutal. And go get tickets for it. That's going to be running from April to May. So go get tickets for that tour. I have a couple videos up now for the new releases from Scour, who have their new album coming out later on in February. Reactions for the new Gates to Hell single. They're doing really cool stuff. They have a new single out called Next to Bleed. So, go check that out. Pick up their new album coming out on Nuclear Blast Record. Imperial Triumph, it's going to be coming up later on this week as well. There's a new Cradle of Filth coming out too, as well as Enterprise Earth, Alien Weaponry, and Trash Panda all have really new killer singles. So, gonna do a couple little things around those. But now let's go ahead and get into the interview today. I have a really cool interview with their new up-and-coming band from the Detroit, Michigan area. This is a band called Scalp Scrape. They're a up-and-coming deathcore, slamming, brutal death band from the Detroit area. They have a couple singles out now. One of my favorites is Gutterball, featuring Jeff Steitzer, the guy who does the voice from Halo and all the killing spree sort of things and all that kind of fun stuff. I have a really killer conversation about starting the band and where they came from and all that, and just things that are happening in the Detroit general area, as well as just what's going to be coming up for them, about their new EP and everything. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Blyzzrd interviews. Today, I am really excited to have a really cool up-and-coming new group. They're called Scalp Scrape. They're from Michigan, and I'm going to go and take it over to you guys. Everybody say your name, what you play, and who you were just listening to last on your selected streaming services. So let's start it out with Josh.
What's up? I'm Josh. I play bass and I do the pre-pro general mastering before sending out for the full. I've been banging. Let's call it restrictor plate, dude. I don't play, but holy shit. What a pissed off band, man.
Yeah, they're so good.
Slamtona 500 or whatever, that entire EP just kicks you in the teeth.
Absolutely. And they have a really cool look to them too. That singer just looks badass.
That's how I found him, dude. I saw a tweet that was like, yo, this band is a NASCAR slam band and this is the vocalist. And it was just him on stage, bro, in a white beater and some shades looking all pissed. Dude, it was
hella pissed.
Sold me on it immediately.
Nice. All right, who's next?
My name's Luke, aka Worm. I play guitar, and yeah, I've been jamming a ton of just like all sorts of slam metal. I'm in the 0.01% of top listeners for the Acacia strain on Spotify, so
That
pretty
is
big
that is a proud title to show off.
fan of them, bro. Like, so that's a given. But yeah.
Casey Strain's so tight. They are like one of those bands that like kind of like you know how like every like younger band's very like super angsty and just like going through shit or whatever. Casey Strain's that, but like when you're like in your late 20s and 30s.
And very good at writing music.
Oh, so good. Vince Ben is like one of my favorite like songwriters and like just the modern deathcore era. Absolutely. Alrighty, who's next?
Yo, I'm Phil. I do vocals. I go by Big Yuck. That's the Xbox gamer tag, man. Shout out to Jeff Steitzer. He got the Halo dude on a ton of our shit, writing a bunch of little samples and stuff for us.
Nice, nice. I definitely want to be talking about that, dude. That the Jeff Steitzer stuff absolutely just killed me when I heard it on Gutterball. Um,
Got,
really,
got other
really.
that he says it's even better, bro.
It's some real silly shit.
Oh
Gutterball,
yeah,
the tip of the iceberg. You guys been saying some really cool stuff, man.
nice, nice. I'm excited, dude. I mean, I've been seeing the stuff that's been like the teaser's been posted on like Instagram and all that. It all looks really good, dude. It all looks really fun.
As far as me though, definitely bang the Acacia strain every single day, and I have for almost like a decade at least. Luke actually put us on something that came on our Scalp Scrape like radio playlist. They're called Put to Death, and I've just been banging the ever living fuck out of that stuff because that stuff is like literally some of the best stuff I've heard for my taste in years. So I was actually like we were getting ready to maybe do a vocal cover of it today, but it didn't really happen. We started kind of doing some other stuff of our own.
Nah, that's fair. It always happens. What was the name of that band again, real quick? I want to write that down.
Put to Death.
Put
And
to death.
no socials. They got like one little EP that's got some extra instrumentals on it on Spotify, but they're like ghosts, man.
Word. It's like real, real underground shit.
Yeah, and it's literally sick. You should definitely check them out. Everybody who's watching this, go check them out.
Definitely put to death. Alrighty.
So sick.
Alrighty. Who's next?
I'm Andrew. I'm drums. I'm from Toledo, Ohio, and recently I've been banging a lot of like Psycho Frame, just a lot of that deathcore revival, like MySpace era type shit. Like I Saw God. I've been listening to them. Girl of Glass, Nine Dead.
Nice.
That's insane. But I mean, I listen to everything, bro. Like that latest Kendrick album was mint to me. Like I listen to a lot of crazy shit. I listen to like old croony, like 50 like Frank Sinatra type stuff. I'm just all over the place with music.
Hell yeah, man. Little Chaperone in there too.
And not so much the pop.
Ah.
Not that kind of poppy. I got you. I like
There you
90s pop, a lot of that stuff.
go.
But
Okay, okay.
say I'm into a lot of the newer pop artists, but that's just me, you know.
Nah, all good, man. All good. It's all love. Honestly though, I still fuck with some of the 80s pop stuff. One of my buddies got me really into like Culture Club for a little bit, and I was just banging out some Boy George.
Hell yeah.
Some really good stuff there.
Yo, we gotta go grab the pizza. The door.
Oh, good, all good. All right, and last but not least,
Yo, my name is Lionel. I share the mic with Phil. Fucking from California, originally from Mexico, came over here fucking when I was young and shit. And then, yeah, I mean, basically, kind of music. I listen to everything, man. We range from Spanish, fucking, if it's got a beat and I like it, I fuck with it, you know? So I'm really
definitely.
into everything, but I grew up on like old school music from my dad, like Frank Sinatra, Johnny Cash, Freddie Fender. I grew up on all that good stuff, man. So the Bee Gees, fucking ABBA. So, and then from there, progressively kind of started like going through other musics, and I was like, yo, I fucking like this, and that, from rock to metal, and then slowly kind of develop into what it is today. I kind of just fuck with everything, man. I can't hate on any type of music. If I won't say I hate it. I mean, I'll say I dislike it. Never know
Nah, for
hate.
sure, definitely.
Yeah, so that's just me in a nutshell. And fucking ended up meeting these guys at what was it? The Chaos and Carnage tour. Just randomly one day, man, and ever since then they happen to live in the same town I moved to, and I was like, oh, they were like, cool, we'll give you a ride. I was like, oh, sweet. And then from then on, we just kept in touch. We started watching UFC. So yeah, at Luke's place. And yeah, fucking, it was awesome, man. The Warm Hell, he fucking hosted the fights, and we all went over there. Which I have it on live right now.
Oh
I
yeah, true.
actually
That it
played
is
the
Saturday
fight.
night.
It is, yeah. So I have some people in the living room, and then I have, I have the monitor right here. So, well, I promise I am listening to everything. So
Nah, you're
that's
good, man.
why
You're
I
good.
have no volume on. But yeah, and that's about it, man.
Oh,
Touch on how we met Lionel real quick too, if you
Oh
don't.
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You
go
guys are.
ahead, dude. Yeah, well, let's talk about just where everything started with the band. That's kind of
Kind of touches back to even before we actually met Lionel. So I've been friends with Luke like almost all of my life, and we kind of fell off. I started doing some dumb shit. He was doing his own thing or whatever. But like I said, we love the Acacia Strain. So when I seen they were coming back, I was kind of chit chatting with Luke here and there, and we decided to go to their two new show they did 2 nights, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, they're playing. They're both their new records in one night, and then the other night. So we went to that. We kind of revived the old friendship, a real good friendship. And then from there, like I said, we were hitting all these death metal shows, which for me, it's not necessarily my type of show. I'm more like the deathcore slam. That's what I'm really into. But either or, it's cool to see death metal live. So we were just hitting up a ton of those. And what's crazy about it is I low key wasn't even supposed to be there all night that night. Like the point that we met him in the night, I wasn't even supposed to be there all night. Uh, However, I got to go in a little later to work the next day. I got to get up for work at like 3 in the morning. So them late shows are killer. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Wanted to see one band on the set list, and then Carnifex was there too. And I'm like, oh, I like Carnifex. I don't have to see them. I've seen them a couple times. Anyway, for the fuck of it, I asked my boss or whatever. He said, come in late, whatever. So right before Carnifex comes on, Luke was chatting it up with Lionel, and I walk up into that. We meet Lionel, find out he moved 5 minutes down the street from me. So we're kicking it, we're chit chatting, and then Carnifex comes on. Dude pulls out a mouth guard. I'm talking about Lionel. He pulls out. We're pit fiends, bro. Like that's why I go to shows. I'm in that fucking pit. Like I'm getting rowdy. So he pulls out a fucking mouth guard and then he jumps right into the pit and starts swinging him. I'm like, yo, this dude, like he understands the mission.
He knew the assignment.
He knows what's up. So I go in shortly after him and shit. Carnifex started slamming something. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get in there. Well, I ended up like knocking somebody out, and then I had to like kind of evacuate the area because and I'm like, hey, like I gotta get out of here. I go to the back of the pit, get up out of there. I see Luke. I'm like, yo, I just knocked somebody out, bro. Like I gotta a little bit like wait.
I'm eating a hot dog in the back of the venue and crowd like this, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then he comes up to me, he's like, "I just knocked somebody out, bro. I gotta go." David Blaine.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Bro, as I say this to him, he's hearing it, and then here comes the people escorting him out, and he's like, that shit was like a movie. Like as soon as he said that, they're escorting this dude out, carrying him, talking about with a flashlight, like medic. I was like, and then the whole rest of the night, we went upstairs, just cooled, watched the death metal show, and then the band I was there to see was Humanity's Last Breath. First time they came to
Okay.
they just put out a record previously that I was banging the shit out of too every day for a long time. And he happened to have the fucking pen to go get the autographs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's something I fuck with, autographs do matter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like the fangirl type, but like, hey, if I get somebody I fuck with signature, that's significant to me. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
for sure.
Came through with the graffiti fucking Sharpie.
A fucking chisel tip.
The
Yeah.
chisel tip.
As you guys can tell, like yeah, I even hit up the posters.
Oh
Anything I
yeah.
can, just I like hitting up.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that shit's great.
Oh my god, it's okay though.
Yeah.
Shout out to her, yeah.
That shit's never intentional, but you know what I mean. Like if a band's slamming, like you gotta know what's going on, man. Like, not everybody likes to just push pit. Like if it's I'm swinging, I mean you gotta move or be moved type shit. But
Nah, definitely. So
know,
you gotta know, you guys just know the band and know like when it is the right time to do shit. Like I'm really for it all. I used to be like super like when I was younger, I was super like no karate in the pit and all that stuff. But then like I got older and I kind of just realized that like it's still just a form of expression when you're in the pit, regardless. Like you just gotta know what shows to do it and what not to do it. Like obviously core shows are like, you know, you're gonna be swinging, you're gonna be throwing down and all that. It makes sense.
A body snatcher show and not like get in the pit and not expect to be punched in the face.
No, that's blasphemous. You're getting rocked. Absolutely.
Part of the culture.
It's culture. It's culture.
it is though for real.
It for real is.
Nah, it's all good shit with me. I just can't move like that. I'm not that limber.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I wake up like the next day feeling it, but the day after the next day of the show, bro, I feel terrible. Like I was just hit by a bus like 100 times, and that's not even getting hit. That's just fucking swinging.
Yeah, man. I'm not even stretching. I gotta start stretching before shows.
Oh, that would help.
That would-
Stretch and drink your water.
Yeah, fat for real. Drink water at shows, please.
For sure.
Mm. Next up, I want to ask you guys is like your guys put out your first single not too long ago too, Bone Dust. Tell me about what was it like, kind of coming together and writing together this first song and putting it out for you guys.
I'll talk here. So, you know, you got the origin story how me and Phil met Lionel. So we, from there, just started kicking it with Lionel a bunch. And we took up a recent hobby, bowling. So we would just go to the bowling alley all the time and just chill. And like, we'd always talk about metal bands. And I'm thinking, like, bro, like, I do this. Like, I play guitar. Like, I've been in multiple bands. You know, we've all been in multiple bands here other than Phil. Shit, me and Luke have been in multiple bands for the last like what? Over the past like 10 years, yeah. Yeah, 10 years actually. Yeah, 2020, 2015. 2015 the four of us are dying. Yeah, that's crazy. We go way back. Anyways, we started talking at the bowling alley. I'm like, guys, you wanna like make music like this? Like I know somebody. So I hit up Josh. I'm like, dude, let's slam. Like let's see what yeah, me and Josh got together and the first thing we wrote was Bone Dust. Yeah, like, dude. And the first day it was done, and then like we sent it out to like Phil and Lionel, and they were like, "Damn, this is sick as fuck." And from there, just got them in the studio and you know tracked the bass guitar, and then we're like, "All right, we got a song. Let's keep it going."
Sick, dude. Sick. Nah, who did the? I want to ask who did the cover for that too, because the cover for that single is just so brutal. It's so wicked.
I don't know how to say his name. I can give you his Instagram handle, but like we call him Indonesia.
We got
He's from Indonesia.
give the original artist credit too, because it ended up actually being like a collaboration between the both of them, and
Okay.
that really did look killer. Because at some point, the guy from Indonesia, which shout out to him for real, that dude is killing it. Um, the one he made looked slightly different than the one that we used, which was old girl's initial image, and then he added onto it. And yeah, I don't want to go into too much details over it, but we're good. They collabed on it ultimately, and it was pretty much exactly what I told her because she, like I said, she made the whole actual image, and then he came in and kind of edited it, added a couple things, maybe removed a couple things, but she was on Facebook and her Instagram. I don't know her Instagram, but she was on Facebook as Scarlett Jonas, and
Scarlett Jonas. Okay.
shout her out. Yeah. But the other guy, it's like Narfall Aoe or something like that. But we tag him on all the stuff, so anybody watching, you can just kind of see where the tag is. But
Yeah, I'll put it in the thing here or whatever. I'll like add a poof like that or some shit.
all the details on that one are killer. I think Luke actually came up with the original idea. It was slightly different, but I got to thinking about it, and I was just putting the word out there to people like we want to get an artwork done. I told them, pretty much exactly what it was and the fine detail of them snorting the bone dust off the $100 bill.
So good.
That was the vision.
It's that with like the Detroit, the purple Detroit cap, the cigar, all of it. Ugh.
D, we're not from the D. We like to rep our cities, so 248 Waterford. But at the end of the day, we're from Michigan. We fuck with the Detroit sports. Andrew's from Ohio, but
yeah, I'm in my right mind.
What's your Ohio team, my man?
Well, so in college football, I do like Ohio State, but I'm actually a Green Bay Packers fan because of my father. So I'm like sworn enemy to everything they believe in as far as football goes.
That's okay. We'll kick your ass tomorrow when we play.
And the Detroit Tigers. I basically inherited all of my team sports from my dad. So like I like the Detroit Tigers, I like the Green Bay Packers, I like Ohio State. And like hockey I never was into as a kid, so like getting into it, I do fuck with the Red Wings, like because of these
Live and die for the Wings, man. Like no cap on that at all.
I just like to take jabs at them because of the NFL teams.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Green Bay fan and they're a Lions fan.
Lions are doing good this year, man.
Oh fuck yeah, Niners over here.
Finally.
Look, the 49ers. I hate the 49ers. Oh God, I'm an Eagles guy over here, so I have my Philly pride.
I'm actually originally from a place called Youngstown, so like there were a lot of Philly fans over there too.
Nice.
Philly and Steelers is very popular in like Eastern Ohio
Mm-hmm.
because the Browns suck.
Yeah, at least there's no Browns fans around here.
How could you be?
I don't know. I couldn't live with myself. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about the new single that's out now. The one that got everybody where we're at now, and what attracted me to you guys is Gutter Ball. So good. So let's talk. Let's take it from there. How did you get the guy from Halo, the voiceover guy for this song?
Yep, Sticer, man. That's all them. They went crazy
so
getting that sick.
another origin story we kind of didn't really talk about. Once I linked back up with Luke, we both love Halo and have for a long time. And at one point, we had like a whole group we played with all the time, and we call ourselves the Death Squad. All this, the Halo type shit. The call.
Oh, definitely, man.
We were running it, but kind of forgot where I was going with it. Remind me, Sticer, my bad. He's always just like an iconic voice, you know what I mean? Like when you play Halo all the time online, you hear that voice, and I was like, dude, like I wonder how accessible he is. You know what I mean? And if he is, what kind of prices would he talk to get some shit like, just like spin off of the Halo, but like with some slam references type shit. I'm like, we got this band going. That would be cool. To me, that would mean a lot. That would be legendary to have that be able to happen.
Not for sure.
15 years ago when I was playing the game, like, dude, I could never even imagine that would be possible. And here we are, and it's done, and it's so cool, dude.
It's so good. It's such an iconic like just line too. Even it sounds like it could be a streak in Halo too. Like I could hear Gutter Ball, and you're just throwing energy mines. Ugh.
That's good on the intro track of the EP that I think we've settled that that's the intro on. But yeah, it's pretty cool hearing him say some shit we told him to say.
Hit him up and like ask him like, hey, would you do this for us?
Yeah, back to that. Like, yeah, I just pretty much exactly what he just said. Just hit him up and asked him like, would you do this? And he was like, well, okay. I asked him, I was like, would you be able to say slam and that type of thing? And he's like, okay, but what is it? So I had to sit there and like explain to him what slam was in general. And then like I talked him through a song. I'm like, the slam is the part that you're just gonna lose your mind to. It's the part that slams. Like I just explained it over and over to him. He's like, okay, I'll do this, but I don't say fuck and I don't say shit. And I'm like, we can live with that. That's so cool. So cool. And then he gave us permission to kind of like scalp scrape up a photo of him. And we screenshotted a video of him doing the cameo and we scraped it up. I think that's on our Instagram somewhere. But he was cool about everything, man. He's a really great guy.
We ended up with like 2.5 minutes straight of footage of him just saying dumb shit that we like sent him. Fucking great.
Yeah, back to back.
It's a lot to pick from.
And in the video, he had a smile on his face the whole time.
It was
Oh.
Yeah,
He gets into it.
He really did. Like when he was doing it, you could see him like literally like character up for it. And I was like, yo, I just seen you go into character for this. That's so cool.
Good.
We have to share
Oh, yeah.
it out there.
It is good.
Did you guys show him like your guys' music too? Like what the song Gutter Ball?
I think we've sent it to him. I haven't talked to him since we got all the
Oh, so he hasn't heard it yet.
Oh, I don't think he.
I didn't even think about
I told
that.
him what
I
it
didn't
was
think
for,
about
though.
that.
You know what I mean? I told him like, hey, we're in a band. Like, we want to sample some of your stuff into our music, but we don't want it just to be like drag and drop from the game. Like,
Nah, you want it authentic. It makes more sense.
I wrote him a script, bro. I wrote this guy a whole script, and he nailed it.
I did too. I threw in.
Yeah, I was hitting him up. I'm like, yo, what else can we say?
Just start writing stuff down.
But yeah, no, come to think of it, I don't, yeah, he never asked to hear it or anything. It's not like we're sleeping on him or anything.
We never got the check.
Oh, yeah, it was affordable. He didn't kill us. It was a respectable price. And he came through heavy, and there was a couple things that I totally forgot to put on the list, and I asked him, dude, can you add like 2 or 3 more things? Like it's like huge.
And then he's like, all right, for free. He's like, all right, Philip, those other 2 lines you requested. Slam shotties on my Insta. Dude, like, it's so shit like that, dude.
Yeah, bro. He killed it though. He really.
Oh God, I can't. I can't wait for this EP just to hear this, just to hear the songs. That's just to hear the samples. That's all I need.
Treasure chest of fun things, dude, for sure.
It's cool. Something that could span across multiple releases. Probably.
Yeah, dude, God. Fuck it. Steitzer core. Steitzer core.
God, Steitzer core. That's what slamming Steitzer core. That's what the genre is gonna be.
We're actually just talking about
the founders of that.
It's like slamming. What do we call it?
Slamming, 2-stepping,
brutal deathcore.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Slamming, slamming, 2-stepping, brutal deathcore.
If you had to put
pretty
it
much, yeah.
I can see the Impact font shirts already being in production. On the back just says that whole monogram.
Black with white font.
Shout out to you, bro. That sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a great idea.
Nice. Oh yeah. So did the artist who do Bone Dust's cover also do the cover for Gutterball too?
So the guy from Indonesia just did that one.
Okay, that was him.
You know, we can't
Him and me like working out the idea. You know,
oh,
like,
he
we
killed
had to
that
make
idea.
some tweaks with it, and I was like sending him like pictures for references and like telling him what to do, and he really made it come to life. By the end of it, I was like, all right, now just add Cherry Hill, which is our favorite bowling alley, into the artwork.
Shout out Cherry
Hill.
And
he did, and yeah, he killed it, man. He's really good and like super like communicative and like humble. So like shout out to him. I don't know how to say his name, but love you.
We do love you, Indonesia. That's pretty much just what we refer to him by.
Is it Indonesia? Okay.
Indonesia.
He has been killing it. He made the EP art too.
Like if he had to have like a nickname in the group chat, it would be Indonesia.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right, so we were talking about the 2 new singles and all that. So you guys now tell me a little bit about what we were talking about earlier about you guys still represent Michigan and the Detroit teams. What's the scene like out there in your guys' area? Like what's been going on out in your guys' scene this past couple years or so?
It's pretty poppin'. Like being from where I'm from, because like even back in Youngstown where I grew up, like they're having a really good scene now, and they're doing a lot of stuff locally with like the city coming up. But for a while, like there weren't a lot of like heavy bands that were around in Youngstown. So going from that to Toledo where I live now, and then hooking up with these Detroit bands, because like I've been in a couple different Detroit bands since I've lived up here. And like seeing the music scene that is up here, it's like crazy. There's such like a community in Detroit. Like a lot of the bands push each other up, a lot of the bands help each other out. There's local shows. Like I mean, you could just throw a dart and find a local show poster around here. Like it's really cool, especially in like the Detroit area. There are a couple places like Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo have pretty decent scenes. Like there are definitely hot spots all across Michigan for like a really good like not even just metal either.
The
like,
hardcore scene here is absolutely bonkers.
Hardcore is
Yeah.
hot right now, dude. Like slam, I mean, rap is going crazy over here. Like just everything is popping off in Detroit right now. It's really cool.
Nice. Hell yeah, man. Who are you guys' some favorite bands from the area in your guys' area up there?
Malice.
They are the
Roll the malice.
Crocodile is super.
Crocodile's also from Michigan, yeah.
I don't know where they're from, but Buttholectomy. Shout out them. I don't think
Oh yeah, shout out Buttholectomy. They're great.
my homie Donnie's band In Search of Bastila. They're sick. There's this band called, I think you say their name, Decedent or Decadent. Actually, me and Phil caught them at the Crowfoot in the Verner's room at one of the death metal festivals we went to, and they're super sick. They slam. They're like slamming death metal. I really like them. Yeah, I mean, Josh's other band, Visceral Autopsy, is super sick.
Yeah, me and Andrew are actually in that together as well. We've been in that together for like probably like 3 years now.
Yeah, that's how I got into Scalp Scrape was being with Josh and Visceral Autopsy and him and I knowing each other from other projects. And then he asked me if I wanted to drum for this slam band he was cooking up, and I was like, okay, sure. But
Nice.
part of local bands, like I like a lot. Michigan has some good fucking deathcore bands, man.
Yeah.
Nethergate is super fucking good. Um, there's a band called Carnus Immortalis that I used to listen to. I don't know if they're still doing anything, but they're super fucking cool.
Fucking Red Lord. Listen to Red Lord.
Red Lord's
Red
great.
Lord.
Red Lord, one word. I grew up in the scene with that drummer being one of my like older brothers in the scene growing up back in like old bands, dude. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, man. Like, the way that so many musicians that were around like in other projects 11, 10 years ago are still just like doing the thing but in separate like little groups and all that, like it's cool, dude. Jake, the drummer from Red Lord, was in a band called Dweller that my old band Foresight Falls was really cool with. He ended up in Gift Giver. I don't know if you ever heard of Gift Giver.
I haven't, but I'll check them out too. I
Yeah,
have a whole list right now. I love it.
okay, yeah, it's like a new metal kind of thing. They're in a new band collectively, also the members of that called Jaded.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that same kind of vibe, like a new metal kind of groovy, like core kind of thing. It's really cool. Jake's an incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know what you're talking about. Some of the newer stuff that's been going on nowadays.
Exactly, yeah. Like our buddies in For Fear Itself, mine and Andrew, we toured with them back in 22, alongside Split Lip, as Visceral Autopsy, and they are also just they're out on tour with Snakefather right now. I'm pretty sure.
Snake Father's sick.
Yeah, they're doing a tour with them, so I don't know. It's cool. There's so many cool people doing so many cool things, dude. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. It is really cool seeing like I was talking to my buddy about this the other day, just especially about like deathcore too. Like deathcore in itself really has been around for like a 20-year-old genre. Like going back to even some of like the MySpace stuff and all that beforehand, like your All Shall Perishes, Suicide Silence, Whitechapel's, As Blood Runs Black, and now like this genre is like even dividing itself up even more so to be more fine tuned into just different extremities too. Like some people are doing the black and stuff, some people are going just more brutal and more slammy like you guys, and just really cool. So people are even going like faster and more technical with it too.
in general, like popping off. I think that goes to say like right now. I mean, just look at Knocked Loose, like being on national television.
crazy.
And like Lorna Shore getting the recognition that they're getting and doing the stuff that they've been doing. It's like it seems like metal is finally like getting not the attention, but just getting like the respect and the appreciation that we've all felt like it's deserved for how long being from the early 2000s and whatnot and remembering a time where it wasn't as accepted.
Yeah, some people are getting some opportunities that really deserve it, and it's they're making really good with the light that they're getting.
Definitely. And really it does good for everybody too because like it just boosts everybody's morale and then people want to go and create more bands and create more music for everybody and just gets everybody's creative juices flowing.
I, I have a son, so like seeing a lot of kids in the scene now too with their parents, that's pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
We went to me, Luke, and Lionel hit. Forget exactly what it's called, but Oceano headlined it in Toledo.
Toledo Death Fest.
Yes, we rode out to that, and I'm a pretty big Rose Funeral fan from back in the day, and I've never seen them, and they were playing too. It was just cool, man. Nobody was really throwing down. I just kind of went in there and started throwing down, and then there was like a little girl and her brother or whatever, and she was like, "Yo, he's swinging." And it's just cool to see that type of stuff, man. Little kids are hearing it and stuff.
Nah, definitely, dude. That's great because like now people can just bring their kids out too, and like then they can go and get excited for this type of stuff, you know?
It is good music. I mean, you know what I mean? A lot of people might not like it, but like it is good music. It's the only music that's really like made me move by like pitting. You know what I mean? Like I have to go get in there and slam dance to it type shit.
Nah, for sure, man.
Like, it moves me and everybody around me. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Nice. All right, so it's kind of wrapping up the interview, I guess here. I know it's only the beginning of the year now, and these two singles are absolutely just they're noteworthy. They're legit. They're great. I love them. What can you guys tell us about the rest of the year for Scalp Scrape?
Yeah, I mean, putting out more music, and we're actually having our first live jam practice session tonight, so that when Lionel comes back to Michigan in the springtime, we can start playing some shows. And other than that, just try to continue to grow our little community and really, just put our feet in and do the thing. Play more shows, keep working on more music. We want to do it. We have a lot of fun doing it, and we've remained really productive. And we all gel really well together as personalities and as musicians. So it's a lot of fun.
We got a lot of cool shit that we got cooked up that we're gonna be picking from.
Nice. I'm excited, dude. I'm really excited for you guys. You guys sound absolutely incredible, and just also I just want to talk to like the production on these songs too are just absolutely stellar.
I will immediately go to, so going back to the Dweller days and all that, one of the guitarists in that was Tim Trevino. Tim Trevino now is Fractured Audio out of Michigan as well. And
Okay.
he does all the scalp scrape stuff. He's done almost all of the visceral autopsy stuff.
He's amazing.
The Red Lord stuff that I was talking about earlier, that's all him. He is so incredibly good at what he does that I just immediately have the trust in throwing whatever I am trying to get done like at him. I finish up my pro, I get all my stems exported. Tim, do the thing, man. Like,
Do the thing. Work
yeah,
the magic.
yeah, Tim's absolutely incredible. Tim Trevino at Fractured Audio.
He
Nice.
created and layered like a custom snare just for like the scalp scrape sound. Like he's on that level.
He does cool shit, dude. Like
he's like, and I'm pretty sure with no extra cost, no, like he just was. It was one of those things. Like I think this would sound fucking cool with this,
Yeah.
like type thing. Like Tim's awesome, dude.
Hell yeah. Shout out Tim to Fractured Audio, you said?
Fractured Audio.
Nice, nice. Alrighty. Well, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on here and talking about the new music and just kind of just shooting the shit with you guys. Before we go and get out of here, is there anything you guys want to shout out personally, like any sort of, other projects or endeavors that you guys are doing that you want to give light to right now? Feel free to go ahead and do all that.
I just recently, actually, so I'm in Visceral Autopsy with Andrew. I'm in a few other bands, but notably a band called Casket Dealer. Um,
Okay.
we just did a release through the label Wax Vessel. Doing a full vinyl spread that's coming in April. Um, got to work with some really cool dudes. I don't know if you've ever heard of the bands Inside the Beehive or Casino. Back MySpace, grindy, techie, kind of days. New project with them. I got invited into something really cool. So check out Letters from the Dead by Casket Dealer. And then also Visceral Autopsy has quite a few releases just hanging out. And we're continuing to write there as well.
Nice, nice.
Yep. Shout out my other project, which is a new metal group called Black Magic Super Death Cult. Hoping to get some more done with those guys this year as well. That's like a completely different, sort of expression for me, But shout out that project.
It's so sick.
I think we make some cool stuff, and Also, shout out Anteater Militia. Shout out Slam
God,
Shoddy
bro.
Militia. Shout out Jets Pizza for the food we're about to eat.
Yeah, and shout out Newport.
Yeah, shout out.
Look, I'll do a shout out too. Shout out to every single person who checks our shit out and takes the time to listen to it. And also shout out everybody who actually engages and communicates with us. I live for that shit. I be on there, I be talking, I be seeing a community that loves our shit, and that's unreal. So shout out to all you people. We fuck with you. We really appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
It's like
Fuck yeah.
It's just crazy that we have fans, and the people that are gonna watch this will be some of those fans, and then you, with your following, some more people will see it, and that's just crazy, man.
Shout out you.
It is. Thank you guys. Nah, man, I totally see it. It is crazy to like even like I hate talking about myself about like what I do in this podcast and this channel and all that just because I don't want to come off like, I'm trying to like pimp it to people, you know what I mean? Like I'm like I just come from a very like humble mindset about things that like, no matter what it is you do, like you never try to make yourself seem like, bigger in your own head. Like you see what you have and you take for what you have and you appreciate for what you have, even for however little it is or whatever. And I don't know, man. I'm crazy enough to say that I have fans too, and I can't believe it. And to hear people like say that you like the stuff that you do, it's like self gratifying, but it's also very just like makes you motivates you. It motivates me.
Now that is a great feeling, dude, for real.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
I was just gonna shout out Visceral, but yeah, I mean, basically what Phil said, man. Just shout out to anybody that takes the time to check our shit out and that likes it, that works out to it, or works to it. I mean,
That's the greatest thing I've
awesome.
ever heard in my whole life. Awesome. I love your band. Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy to hear.
Yeah.
Lionel?
Shout out to all you guys. Seriously.
Oh.
Seriously. Shout out to all them, man. I mean, they make the magic, really. That's all I have to say. Shout out to them. I appreciate meeting them. I'm glad they're a part of my life, and it's just, it's killer. Can't wait to get back ASAP. Just, it's cool shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we need pigs. We need them back.
Baby, come back.
Literally.
Yeah.
All
So
right, guys.
that's that right there, man.
Yeah, man. Such good stuff. Such good stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys actually for copping in my stream and recommending me Bone Dust because like we wouldn't be here if you guys hadn't done that. So shout out to you guys.
Thanks for having us on. Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
guys for coming on here. I'm glad we were able to actually, do it or whatever. I know it's been a rough couple weeks or so just with life and all that shit.
Everything has been thrown into play to make this not happen, but
We made it happen. We made it happen. That's all that matters. Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you guys for joining me here with Scalp Scrape. Make sure you guys follow Scalp Scrape on Instagram, on YouTube, on Slam Worldwide, all their socials. Follow the band. Make sure you guys don't sleep on this band because, like, they say big things coming, and I've been gatekeeping that saying for a long time. But like, this shit's really happening with this, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Thank you guys for coming on here, hanging out with me for this time. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you all for watching here on the Blyzzrd. Don't have a working title for this yet, but make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care and bye-bye.
Brother, you're the man.
See you.
What an absolutely great interview there with the guys from Scalp Scrape. Really looking forward to seeing what's going to be coming up with the band on their upcoming EP and some other releases that are going to be coming out soon. Make sure you guys follow them on all their social medias, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on everything that they're doing. Make sure you're streaming the new singles Bone Dust and Gutterball. Check them out on whatever streaming services, wherever you're listening to, on either Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, whatever it may be. This is the end of the episode, and it's crazy that in the beginning of this episode, I was talking about there are too many tours that are happening. Literally, as I was recording and editing this, the Acacia Strain just announces that they're going on tour with Frozen Soul, Gates to Hell, Snuffed on Sight, and Maul. What the fuck, yo? Literally, fuck you and your wallet type of day. Obviously, that's a stacked lineup that's going to make me very angry and sad during the same day. I'm super happy for this entire tour. Again, more death metal and hardcore and deathcore, I guess you want to call it the Acacia Strain. It's just more tours that we just don't need to have because there are so many tours that are already happening. I now see why so many people just would rather go to a 4-day festival and call it quits for the rest of the 3 months or whatever, because I totally understand. Make sure, you're following me on all my socials. If you guys like this episode, leave a comment down below. Make sure you're liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Really helps out. Make sure you're following all my socials, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitch, all that fun stuff down below. Make sure you guys get the t-shirts. I got t-shirts. They're a limited run of 30. They're selling. Make sure you guys check it out down below. And I also got some sticker packs on there too. So make sure you guys get all that fun stuff. And thank you again for watching. Let me know how you guys like this long form sort of content, intro, outro style stuff with the music playing and all that. And I'll see you guys very soon on the next interview or whatever I'm doing. So that's why you got to follow to make sure keep up what I'm doing. So do it. Make sure I'll see you guys around. See you next week.